Dear students, we were discussing about types of alkyl radicals. In the previous video, we have discussed two types of alkyl radicals, that is N-propyl and isopropyl radicals. Now in this video, we will go through some other types of alkyl radicals, right? Like secondary butyl radical or S-butyl radical. S means secondary, right? If we remove one hydrogen from secondary carbon, right, then alkyl radical will change to secondary alkyl radical. Let's see an example. For example, if we have a molecule like this, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. If we remove one hydrogen from secondary carbon, dear students, we notice here this carbon. What is the nature of this carbon? This carbon is secondary carbon. So after the loss of one hydrogen from this carbon, that is from this carbon, if we remove one hydrogen from this carbon, right, its one vacancy becomes vacant. CH3, CH2, CH, CH3. One vacancy of this carbon becomes vacant after the loss of one hydrogen, right? So here we get a radical which is known as secondary radical. Secondary. How many carbon atoms are there total? 1, 2, 3, 4. Total carbon atoms are 4. So this is butyl. Butyl. What is the nature of butyl radical, students? Since hydrogen is removed from secondary carbon, so that's why this is secondary butyl radical. Secondary butyl. Secondary butyl radical. Got it? Now, next type of alkyl radical. This type of alkyl radical is known as isobutyl radical. Isobutyl radical. Now, how isobutyl radical is differ from secondary butyl radical? Let's see with the help of an example. Suppose if we have a radical which is made up of 4 carbon atoms like this, CH3, CH, CH3, CH3. Total carbon atoms are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atoms, right, students? We specify these carbon atoms with some letters like this is carbon A, B, C, D, right? If we remove one hydrogen, either from carbon A or either from carbon C, right? Suppose we remove one hydrogen from carbon C. After the loss of one hydrogen from carbon number C, we get the structure like this: CH, CH3, CH2. One vacancy of this carbon becomes vacant after the loss of one hydrogen, right? Now count the total number of carbon atoms: 1, 2, 3, 4. Total carbon atoms are 4 in this radical. So this radical is butyl radical, right? But it is not secondary butyl, right? Since we remove hydrogen from this carbon which is not secondary in nature. Here total carbon atoms are 4. So radical is butyl. Butyl. In this butyl radical, we have a branch, right? So that's why, what is the nature of this butyl? Isobutyl. This is isobutyl radical. Got it? Now, the next type of alkyl radical. Next type is tertiary butyl radical, or it can be written as T-butyl radical, tertiary butyl or T-butyl. Again, we try to understand with the help of an example. Suppose we have a molecule like this, CH3, CH, CH3, CH3. This is the molecule, right? Now, if we remove one hydrogen from tertiary carbon, dear students, we can notice here which carbon is the tertiary carbon. See this carbon, the carbon atom which is further attached with 1, 2, 3. The carbon atom which is further attached with 3 more carbon atom is the tertiary carbon, right? So if we remove one hydrogen from tertiary carbon, after the loss of one hydrogen from tertiary carbon, we get the structure like this: CH3, C, CH3, CH3. One vacancy of this carbon becomes one vacancy of the one vacancy of this carbon becomes vacant, right? This is butyl radical. Since there are 1, 2, 3, 4 total carbon atoms are 4, so what is the nature of this alkyl radical? It is butyl radical, right? Since this butyl radical is formed after the loss of one hydrogen from tertiary carbon, so what is the nature of this butyl radical? It is tertiary butyl or T-butyl. Tertiary butyl or T-butyl radical. I hope this is clear to you.